Hey everyone, it's Ray with Tarot Living. So how are you all doing? I don't think I've posted a video for a little while. So as I'm sure everybody knows, at this stage of the game, I am painting a tarot deck, and I'm also working on the book that goes with it. And it's going to be a long project. Let me tell you, it's going to take me a long time to get this done. However, I've had really wonderful response, and so I just want to thank everyone for all of the amazingly positive comments. I think I've posted a couple of cards so far, and just the love and enjoyment that people were showing of the cards is just really beautiful. So thank you for that. So I'm actually going to release the Eight of Wands right away, so stay posted for that. I think I'll probably release it on Friday coming up. So what's happening? How is everyone doing with their tarot journey, with their tarot reading? So I hope you've been practicing. So we are going to do, this is a commemorative edition, we are going to do just pulling of some cards randomly, and I'm going to go ahead and let you know which cards they are. So Eight of Cups and Ace of Cups. That's kind of shining, isn't it? There you go. So I actually have to hold it this way, I think, to make sense to you guys because it's backwards. So Eight of Cups and Ace of Cups. So wow, cups, cups, cups. Very interesting. I just had lunch with a friend today, and I was saying to her how, you know, everything is so phasal in life, right? Like you go through a phase of something going on and you just feel really quite overwhelmed with that particular feeling at times, and then some other phase comes up and it just feels like everything is very phasal. So I was telling her, you know, I tend to be a relatively logical person and relatively, you know, grounded and quite realistic. However, recently I ran into kind of a 4-month stretch where I have some emotional stuff coming up, and so it's kind of funny that I'm pulling cup cards. But I was just telling her that I've got 2 transits going on right now. Pluto, for our astrologer folk, I'll explain it, but Pluto has just gone into my 8th house, which is its own house of Scorpio, and that's a water house. And, you know, Scorpio is very much about the depth of emotions. Really getting beneath the surface and understanding what's going on beneath the surface. And I also have Neptune that's in my 10th house that's opposing Uranus and Pluto natally, which are in my 4th house, and the 4th house is Cancer house of water. So I have a lot of water energy around me right now. And my progressed moon just went into Aries, and I natally have my moon in Aries. So very feisty and lots of stuff going on. And so, you know, it's just really kind of an intense sort of phase for me right now. And I'm really just trying to stay balanced. But, you know, it's always so difficult in life when you have a lot going on. So I'm sure some people won't understand that. But I think it's kind of funny that I'm pulling cup cards. So Eight of Cups and Ace of Cups. So let's take a look at an interpretation for that. So cups, let's always start with that. So when you're reading tarot, the first thing you do is you want to look at the elements that you pulled. That is a good place to start, is to understand what elements you've pulled. So we've got cups. So what element is that? That's water. So we've got 2 waters. So we have a pattern there. So water is that element that has such strength, but it doesn't have form and it doesn't have structure. And that's what makes it elusive, and that's what makes it about the emotional element of life. It's about relationships, connection with people, our feelings, our moods. It's also about that intuitive sort of instinct that we have, because the water energy that we carry really allows us to move away from that logic and move away from the groundedness, and it allows us to open ourselves up to the intuitive elements of life. So it's about our intuition, our psychic capabilities. It's about our creativity often. You know, someone might, with a lot of water in their astrology chart, may be very creative. So those are the kinds of things that water and cups in tarot relate to. So we know if we pull these 2 cards, we're in the realm of that. We're in the realm of emotions. We're in the realm of relationships. So if I had the Eight of Cups come up and the Ace of Cups, and I don't know what kind of question the person would ask, because I always have somebody ask a question. How about you guys? Do you have someone ask a question before you read tarot for them? I was just visiting with a friend and did a couple of readings for her, and we asked a question for each one. I like to do that because I think that each card can be interpreted in various realms. So if somebody asked about work, this would mean something about their emotions about work. But if they ask about relationships, it's going to probably directly mean, relationships or the emotions associated with relationships. So I always ask what the question is so that I understand the lay of the land and what we're dealing with. So let's say that somebody did ask about a relationship. I want you right now to pause the video, and I want you to write down some ideas that you have. If the Eight of Cups came up first and the Ace of Cups, what that might mean in the realm of relationships. So go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to try it and see what you come up with. Okay, so hopefully you had a chance to do that. So here are my ideas. If someone was asking about a relationship situation, I'd really be questioning whether that individual is searching and they're assessing and they're determining what is maybe right for them. Is this relationship fulfilling for them? Is it everything that they need and that they want? The Eight of Cups notoriously is a card about that you have a certain, you have the 8 cups in front of you. Well, it's actually behind him because he's leaving, but you have the 8 cups standing. So you know that you've come to a certain place emotionally. You know you've come to a certain place within that relationship. So you have that, but he's walking away. Why is he walking away? So he's walking away because he's driven to have more, know more, understand more, and to be more. So he's driven to grow and driven to expand, but not in kind of a Jupiter expansiveness way. It's actually ruled by Saturn. So it's going to be in a very serious, very determined way. It's going to be, I'm assessing, I'm going away for retreat. I need to be alone potentially. I need to take some time away. It may be that I see this card when somebody is contemplating whether the relationship is right for them, whether they think it's a fulfilling situation, or if they're maybe not that happy. And often, though, I have to tell you, this card has come up when the person has not left the other person, but they're contemplating, or there's a certain discontent there. So as much as he's walking away, just remember that it doesn't necessarily mean that they've left. It means that they might emotionally, though, have had to retreat, be alone, or they're desiring to have time alone. They're desiring to be on their own for some reason. In order to what? To contemplate, to assess, to meditate, to really determine what's right for them so that they can grow and have more eventually. So this card is often about, I need to leave behind where I am right now, whether that be the emotional place that I'm at so that I can grow and move on, or I need to maybe move on, maybe potentially from that relationship. But remember, it doesn't always mean, oh, they're walking away from the relationship. It doesn't always mean that. I have had many times in a situation where the person has thought of leaving, they've contemplated it, they have had maybe a slight breakup and then they got back together, but they are still in the relationship. And both those people that I can think of are still in the relationship, but they were contemplating and they were assessing and they were trying to figure out what's right for them. It can also mean walking away. But I just want to be clear that it doesn't always mean that. And it's really important to know that, because you don't want to read prophetically. Like, oh, the Eight of Cups, you're going to be leaving your relationship. They may not. So the Ace of Cups is the second card. And that's showing me that then after this retreat or this change that's required through this one, through the 8, after this assessment and reestablishment of really how they maybe feel about things, how they need to grow, what they need to do for themselves, then the Ace comes up, and the Ace is about something new, and it's about finding renewal there. So it could be that they are needing to make some changes in order to find a renewal within a relationship. It could mean they are leaving one relationship and they find another one, that they have a new love, in mind. It can mean that they're doing some personal growth and that they're really trying to find almost like an inner love, like something that inspires them, a level of creativity and inspiration that really drives them and inspires them, and that through growth and walking away and leaving something behind and gaining something else, they find that renewal and they find that newness. So there's a lot of things that those cards can mean, but it's really often in the realm of relationship or emotion. If they asked about career, I just want to throw out there that anytime you have a lot of cup cards that come up over a career question, in the past, before I realized what was going on, I'm like, well, what does that mean? Like, usually you see pentacles, or you might see wands, but not necessarily, of course. And so you might see cup cards. So what does that mean? Well, when you see cup cards in a career reading, the majority of the time, what I see is that the person is emotionally invested, and they are emotionally wanting reward from that. They want to feel good about it. They want to feel fulfilled, but they may not. So maybe they need to walk away in order to find something that is more fulfilling. So it may be that this person is not incredibly happy with their job, and they need to maybe walk away to find something better. Maybe they need something more creative, and they want to walk away in order to find something that's new and fresh, and a fresh start, or a new job that has more creativity or that feels more emotionally fulfilling for them. So those are just some ideas. What did you guys figure out with your cards? I've just touched upon what it could mean. Tarot is an art, not a science, as I always say. And if you were to click on video after video, and sometimes I'll just go through, I don't watch a lot of tarot videos anymore, but I used to. But I watched a few the other day just for something to do. And I thought, wasn't that fascinating? Like, a few cards were laid out, and this person is interpreting, the way those cards, what they might mean. And it's like, oh, it could mean that. It's not what I would say, but it could mean that. So really, it is very expansive as to what a set of tarot cards can mean. And it really is up to the reader's intuition and understanding their client and understanding the question of what they're looking for in terms of, not what they're looking for in terms of an answer, but what understanding they need about the energy pattern around whatever is going on. So those are some of my ideas. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Please give me a thumbs up or a like, or, And also, if you haven't already, please join my Facebook page. You can watch the progress of my Rubicon Tarot deck. I'm under Tarot Living and Rubicon Tarot on Facebook. And I'm also under tarotliving.com on my website. Thanks so much, everyone. And also, just a final note, I've got classes that are going to be posted on my website in the next few months, so I'll keep you posted. Take care.